It is time now for the Peter Channel 11 a.m. news report on this Wednesday afternoon, March 9th, 2016. Good morning and afternoon, everybody. I am Peter Wiggins. 11 a.m. news and nines on this late Wednesday morning, going into the Wednesday afternoon. Top story at 11 a.m. is in Detroit, where Republican frontrunner Donald Trump racked up primary wins a big prize in Michigan as well as Mississippi and Hawaii on Tuesday, pressuring off a week of blistering attacks from the party's establishment and expanding his lead in the White House. In Seattle, among the businesses that damaged destroyed a natural gas explosion in North Seattle neighborhood was Neptune Coffee, Mr. Gyro, and a backshop called G&O Family Sacrifice. Silver business damage destroyed by a blast. In North Seattle, Jerusalem, Vice President Joe Biden warned against on Wednesday that the United States leaves open all options to take action against Iran for activity outside the nuclear deal, chopping in American concern after apparent back-to-back missile test by Tehran. In New York, Chipotle and Billwick Massachusetts may close its doors for a second today, Wednesday after one of its employees tested positive for the highly contagious norovirus, according to the director of the Billwick Board of Health, Richard Brew. Donald Trump, Brandon Wine is display part of scheduled news conference by presidential candidate Donald Trump on Tuesday in Jupiter, Florida. On Tuesday evening, as tourists snapped photos in front of the White House, a young man with blonde hair and blue eyes approached the black iron fence. Tehran, South Korea. There is more to do in South Korea, except first, Rocket Valley, just as a few miles from the demilitarized zone separating two Koreas than fire rockets. Athens, the Balkan path taken by refugees under the way from Greece and northern Europe was completely shut down Wednesday. Officials from several other countries said the pressure to finalize an EU-Turkey deal meant to stem the migrant crisis. London, Buckingham Palace said on Wednesday that it had filed a formal complaint against the Sun. Britain has been established after the newspaper reported that Queen Elizabeth II supported the country's departure from the European Union. The U.S. has reported in the talks with Australia about having a long-range bombers that would be within striking distance of the South China Sea, a move that would increase the tensions between Washington and Beijing. A man suspected of murdering four people at a neighbor house in Kent State, Kansas said a fifth several hundred miles away in Missouri was captured overnight after mass and the Missouri Highway Patrol said. FBI agents investigated with shots fired during the set-off. It was a record state. For 59 hours, 7 Democrats from Missouri Senate kept up a filibustering that drawn attention to the ultimately killing a religious freedom bill that critics called anti-gay. A Baltimore school police officer who captured a camera slapping, kicking, cursing, and a young man is now facing criminal charges. In Jerusalem, Vice President Joe Biden called violent attacks like the one that killed an American tourist in Toronto and condemned Palestinians' praise for the attacker. Pyongyang, North Korea. North Korean state media showed off a photo of what it like says its leader Kim Jong-un with a nuclear warhead small enough to fit on a ballistic missile. Damascus, Syria. The Pentagon revealed that the recent U.S. airstrike possibly killed an Islamic State war minister known as Omar the Chechen, who had a $5 million bounty on his head. Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. The Islamic State intended to kidnap 3 top Malaysian leaders, including the Prime Minister last year, officials told the parliament. In Washington, Donald Trump walked away from the most delegates on Tuesday from Republicans, while Clinton also received the most Democrats, although Sanders won in Michigan. On a day, the Dow and Wall Street are celebrating the bull market's 7th birthday. Oil prices are rebounded, and U.S. stocks were slightly higher after a down day Tuesday that snapped the 5-session winning streak. Yes. Online lenders led by San Francisco's Lending Capital have grown explosively over the last few years, lending millions to the consumers who can quickly get large sums by simply filling out a few online forms. New York oil rose on Wednesday with a Brent crude perched above $40 a barrel of hopes of a beat the top producers that kept output the stage forecast in the U.S. United Airlines has announced an order to purchase 25 new Boeing 737-700 aircraft. The orders in addition to the previously announced an order of 40 737-700s. Traffic in Atkins. Sikorsky aircraft has been awarded a $387 million contract to manufacture 35 UH-60M Black Hawk helicopters for the U.S. Army. Tokyo, the dollar slipped against the yen on Wednesday, and Tokyo dragged the decade, whether the investor sought safety among the fall of global stocks. And now look at the stock market report today. Up 15.51 points at 69.79.61. S&P 500 up 5.20 points at 98.46. The Nasdaq 6.20 points up at 4,654.35. Blue Origin, a spacecraft owned by Amazon, has been working on how to send people in over the past decade. A total solar eclipse captured Indonesia early Wednesday, bringing the thousands of clear sky gazing to the island nation of the event. A managed dolphins disappearing from the world's oceans as a result of prolonged climate change and slow evolution of structurally and unlikely such an event might be had happened in the past to a group of marine animals, the ichthyosaurs. The newly released image, which is captured by a very large telescope informed operator Chile, shows the disk around an old double star called Iris 8544-443, which allows about 4,000 light years from the Earth in the Southern Constellation. The U.S. is amidst the spring break season when a former top public health official is warning a certain group of people to stay home in the public vacation hotspots. America can promote this prescription visual product used as long as truthful and non-misleading is developed by the FDA. Major new payment methods include a significant drop in drug add-on fees Medicare pays the doctors and hospitals. Chernobyl 30 years on, residents and affected are still eating radiation-tainted food, Greenpeace says. Boston, an organization representing 25,000 Massachusetts. Doctors is back to the compromise bill to address the state's deadly opioid addiction crisis. The president of Massachusetts Medical Society, Dr. Des Dimitri, said in a statement on Wednesday that the bill includes a number of helpful steps to deal with a complex problem he singled out. A provision that will limit the first step, opioid painkiller prescription to a 7-day supply. House and Senate negotiators announced an agreement on Tuesday night. The bill is attracted to a vote for the House on Wednesday, followed by the Senate on Thursday. As Salem, Massachusetts, the trial of the third suspect to the Salem and the West Run owner started. Okay, take a look at New England Insular. At 11:07, Winford, Massachusetts, at Chester Avenue stove fire. By leaking gas line, stove moved and shutting it down. Peter Cello News Time is now 11:08 in the morning time on this Wednesday morning. I'm going on the Wednesday afternoon time now for a weather report. Tonight, the Boston Celtics be at the Garden Town. Memphis Grizzlies game time 7 o'clock. Bless me. We got Latvia. Meldonian doesn't answer performance athletes at one time. Santos who admitted to the director of the Center of Murray Shipper don't be case told the Associated Press. Calvin Johnson might still have gas left to take, but he's putting the NFL career in park for good. The Atlanta announced Tuesday that the receiver filed his retirement papers after 9-year pro career. The New York Giants currently have some of the most kept space. Free agent in this year after locking up Jason Pierre-Paul when he's moving on to quarterback market as Jonas Jenkins has signed with the New York Giants. Peter Cello News Times now 11:08 in the morning time going in the afternoon on this Wednesday morning going in the Wednesday afternoon time now for a Trevor report. Okay, let's start you off with Brown, where all the highways in Brown, stepping on Route 130 in the westbound side of the Newport Bridge a little slow. Out in the Cape, Route 6 from Sagamore down on Orleans, trains leaving from Bourne to Falmouth. Route 3 on the southbound side, a little sort of the Marshfield stretch. Route 3 on the northbound side, so from Route 3 in Duxbury on to Marshfield. Southeast Expressway on the southbound side, so the Mass Pike all the way at to Dorchester. Mass Pike on the westbound side, accident around Logan Airport on the westbound side, so expect some delays. Route 2 on the eastbound side, also after Route 128 in Lexington. 93 in a little slow around Route 128 Sexton in Redden. All the highways in Worcester and Springfield are looking good except on I-91 on the northbound side, a little slow around the Mass Pike. Acton, Connecticut, IE-40 on the westbound side, a little slow after the Newton stretch. IE-40 on the eastbound side, we got an accident here. In Waterbury, Connecticut, after Route 69 in Waterbury, so expect some delays. Wilbur Cross Parkway and on the westbound side, a little slow to the Fairfield stretch. 95 on the southbound side, a little slow around Route 7 in Norwalk, Connecticut. New York City highways are a little slow go. But all the highways in Albany and the vicinity are looking good. Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine highways are looking good on this Wednesday morning and going into Wednesday afternoon. Okay, let's take a look. Let's take a look at MBTA alerts. Okay, looking at MBTA alerts, the ferries, they are looking good. On the subway system, Green Line Express and Mountain westbound lanes will wire issue near Copley Station. And on the commuter rail, it is looking good. Peter Cheldusov is now 11:12 in the morning time on this Wednesday morning. The sound out for Trevor reported the radar is clear whistle as it is a beautiful, wonderful Wednesday in tap. It's warm. It is going to be a wonderful Wednesday afternoon in the weather department. As for the day, it's going to go like this. Sun skies about 71 degrees, south about 10 miles an hour, gusts out at 23 miles an hour. Tonight, slight chance of showers up to 3 a.m. Chris skies low about 53 degrees, and west about 5 to 8 miles an hour, chest base to 20%. Thursday, rain dark May afternoon, cross skies how about 6-7 degrees of light southwest wind. Chest base to 70%, noon, about 3/7 inch possible. Thursday, rain May before 5 a.m. Blow around 44 degrees and calm became north run. 5 at about 9 miles in a minute. West gust side 25 miles an hour. Chest base to 8%, noon, about 3.5 inch possible. Friday, chest rain May before 9 a.m. Part sun sky about 57 degrees and off at about 7 to 9 miles an hour. Chest base to 30%. Friday night, most gusts got about 34 degrees. Saturday, podcast got about 59, about 44 degrees. Sunday, part sun got about 58 degrees. Saturday night, chest and showers up to 2 a.m. Most gusts got low about 39 degrees and chest base to 33%. Monday, chest and showers, most gusts got about 51, about 40 degrees, chest base to 50%. And for Tuesday, chest and showers, most gusts got about 55 degrees and chest base to 40%. Trillion, Naughton, 63 degrees and fair skies, humidity 50%. And that is going to be it for the Peter Channel 11 a.m. news report on this March 9th, 2016 on a Wednesday. Morning, going on the Wednesday afternoon. Have a good afternoon. Goodbye. See you at 4 o'clock for a 4 o'clock report. Have a good afternoon.